Well, Wait fans, I'm going to keep this on my head until if things go south. The Leafs go out there tonight after their last two abysmal performances against a very good Minnesota Wild team. And the boys win 3-1. Mrazek was in the cage. He was pretty good other than that absolutely juicy rebound late in the game that we'll get to. But he won on 30 shots. Gave your team a chance to win, made all the stops that he needed to. The Leafs scored both goals from Austin Matthews and an empty netter, but you got the job done. With the win, the Leafs end the three-game losing skid. They're now 33-14-3, and you beat one of the better teams in the Western Conference. So a great job from the Buds tonight, and it was a very tight defensive game from both teams. The Minnesota Wild are known to be a very tight defensive physical hockey team. A team that, if you say that, you're like, oh God, the Leafs are going to have a disaster with. Well, I thought the Leafs held their own tonight. I thought they did a pretty good job, containing things, keeping most opportunities from the Wild to the outside. The talk about the Montreal game and the Columbus game, where the opportunities that those teams were getting were grade A chances, whether it was odd man rushes, whether it was breakaways, whether it was horrendous rebounds, whatever the case may be, it was golden opportunities. Tonight, not so much. We'll get to Mrazek in a second, but I want to say how he was so sound in the net, and we'll get to him in a bit. Now, second period, no goals happened in the first. Shots were 6-5 in favor of Minnesota. In the second, Freddie Gaudreau scores off a nice feed down low, centered it, and no one's kind of on the guy in front. He's kind of floats towards the bottom of the circle, and he beats Peter Mrazek. Goal 8:37 in the second period. The way this game is playing out, you're almost midway through the game, and they score the first goal. Now, what happens to the Leafs quite often, the Leafs did to the Minnesota Wild. They scored 8:37, 9:04, less than 30 seconds afterwards. Timothy Liljegren, can we talk about the legs that he had going out of that zone? I mean, Liljegren, defensively, we know he needs a lot of work. But offensively, he's known to be the guy that is very smooth as skater. And him breaking this puck out and having a little bit of room to skate out of his own zone was a great play, tape to tape to Matthews. And the way this guy shields the puck is remarkable. I mean, people can yell at the Leafs. They can do this, as I have lately. But we continue to forget what we are witnessing when it comes to Austin Matthews. With the two goals tonight, he now has 30, I believe it's 36, 37 goals this year so far. He's going to be another 50-goal scorer. And he's on the Toronto Maple Leafs. I know we're playoffs. I'm just trying to go off of Austin Matthews, one of the best players in hockey. One of. Key word. Key phrase there. But he comes around off the pass, right about the middle circle, right? And he blows past guys into the zone, shields the puck, and just rips it past the defender. And Kakinen either can't see because of the screen of the defenseman in front, or or through the legs, or got tipped. I don't know what happened, but it's a gorgeous, gorgeous shot from Austin Matthews. No real celebration. You know why? Because he's been there, done that for so many damn times. And the Leafs have tied it at 1. Dermott and Liljegren have assists in the goal at 9:04, and the game is tied at 1. After 2 periods of play, shots on goal are 11-10 in the second period. So the Leafs are only down by 2 in shots, and it's a 1-1 game. Both teams playing very tight hockey. Neither team has 20 shots to this point. It's been a very tight contest. The question is, who's going to break? And that was the big question. Well, in the third period, midway through, Austin Matthews again. The guy's a wizard. And this might hurt my head having it on every game, but you know what? If it means the Leafs are going to go out there and play well and win, I don't care. And people will be like, why are you so superstitious? Jays fans, if you're still around, remember when I flipped it to the Jose Bautista All-Star game? That is right before the Jays went on that insane run to end the season. So, yes, I am. And this is going to stay on until things go bad. If they play terrible in the next game, well, this is going to come off my head. It's the way it is, right? But in that third period, Austin Matthews, they are breaking the puck out of their zone. Looks like it's a clean breakout. But Austin Matthews back checking, just goes up to the guy, stick lift, spin around, go the other way. I mean, the way, it reminded me a lot of his first game in the NHL where he stripped Erik Karlsson to the puck, right, in that 4-goal game. where he stripped the puck and just turned around and went right back towards the offensive zone. It's exactly what he did there. Gave it up to Marner, and right as he gave it up to Marner, Austin Matthews makes a beeline right for the net. And Marner, with the beautiful mitts that he has, puts a beautiful tape-to-tape feed, and Austin Matthews redirects it in past Kakinen. And the Leafs got a 2-1 lead, 10:22 into the third period. All right, less than 10 to play. You have the lead. Let's close this thing down. Well, with a few minutes left, can we talk about the one? Look, Mrazek was great, but that one puck, they just floated on him with like 3 or 4 minutes to go, maybe even 2 minutes left. And he kind of just knocked with his blocker down right into the center of the ice. And their guy got another shot on. It was a great look. He made another good save. But my God, that rebound was horrendous from Mrazek. But he was great all game long. And he made the big saves when you needed him to. So yeah, that was not a great play. But other than that, I thought he was really sound at the net. And Alex Kerfoot buries the empty netter. Marner Tavares get the assist on the empty netter at 19-18. And the Leafs get back into the win column. They win 3-1 over Minnesota. They're 33-14 and 4-19 games above 500. And they're back to the win column. That's the key. And what'd you get tonight? Your defense played a pretty good job. I know we've talked a lot about the defense giving up great opportunities. I thought Lyubushkin played well. I thought TJ Brody looked great tonight. And it helps so much when your goaltender's making saves. You know, Mrazek has had a handful of good games this year and quite a few not so good ones. This one is definitely in the handful of very good contests from Peter Mrazek. A goal on 30 shots. By the way, the shots on goal were 13-10 in favor of Minnesota in the third period. Shots on goal for the game, 30-25. So a very even contest all around. You know, power plays, meaningless for either team. They were 0 for 4. The Leafs killed off all 4 power plays of the Minnesota Wild. We had 2 power plays, could not score on either. The key players in today's game, Matthews had a couple goals. Marner had a couple assists. Now, key update, Ilya Mikheyev left the game with it was an illness, but it was not COVID related. So we'll have to see how that whole thing plays out and if he'll be in the lineup there on Saturday against Detroit. But other than that, you know, I got a question for you guys now before I wrap this baby up. Well, who's your goalie on Saturday? Do you go back to Campbell? I mean, Mrazek just gave you a great performance, and he's facing the Detroit Red Wings. Do you throw him back out there and see if he can kind of get a little leeway, a little runway with Peter Mrazek? I don't know. I mean, I think you have to do that. You got to reward Mrazek with a great game against a good team. So that's my take. I want to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments below. I know I've said in the past, and I've said it in the last couple of videos, how, you know, Mrazek's not the option. He's not the answer. Campbell's the answer. I understand that. But Campbell has not been good lately. And Mrazek was great tonight. So why would you go back to Campbell, right? If you're really going back and forth, how can a goalie find any sort of rhythm, right? And Mrazek goes out there in the next game against Detroit and is downright terrible, then yeah, you flip back to Campbell, right? But if I'm the Leafs, Mrazek just gave you a really good game. He really won this game for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And you got to let him run with it. So that's my take. As much as I love Jack, I love Soupy dearly, but Mrazek gave the Leafs a chance to win tonight. And they won. And I want this team to get a chance to win. So if he gives me the best chance to win against Detroit on Saturday, that's my guy. Right? So I want to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments below. The next game for the Leafs, obviously, is on Saturday in Detroit. It looks like it's a 7:30 puck drop on a Saturday. That's very weird. But you know what? It's the way it is on the road. And the Leafs look for back-to-back W's. I understand Leaf fans are all over the place. And when they're winning, it's about winning in the playoffs. When they're losing, it's about how bad this team is. Nobody's happy ever. But we got to be happy after this win. And if you can start getting on a nice little roll here heading into the trade deadline, which is still like a month away. It's still a long ways away. It's wild. But I want to hear your guys' thoughts, though. I mean, smack the like button if you guys enjoyed the button. Hit the subscribe button if you guys not already. This thing is squeezing my head. It hurts. Subscribe, comment, do all that great stuff. Let me know your thoughts on the game, your thoughts on the video. If I missed anything, let me know in the comments. The Twitter link is down below, so follow up there. If you guys have not done so already, comment down below. The Instagram link is also down below. If you guys have not followed up there, please go do so. And I will talk to you guys Raptors edition. Oh, it's so nice to say it. Tomorrow night, they're in Charlotte taking on the Hornets in the final stretch of the season. It's a wild one. Charlotte in Charlotte, Atlanta in Atlanta. Then you have back-to-back against Brooklyn, a home and home on back-to-back nights. Going to be a crazy end of the season for the Toronto Raptors, one game at a time. It all starts tomorrow, second half of the season. Raptors, Hornets in Charlotte. I believe it's a 7:30 tip-off there. As for the Toronto Maple Leafs, their next contest is on Saturday night. They look for back-to-back Ws. 7:30 puck drop in Detroit at Little Caesars Arena. All right, so thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. We'll talk to you guys then.